Good morning, Rangers. If it's Monday, it's Morphin time. Today we're going to get into our next Zeo Ranger series. We've already done 4 of the core 5, so we've got Zeo Ranger 1 out of the way. Zeo Ranger 2 is painted. Zeo Ranger 3 is done. Zeo Ranger 4 can get out of here. We finished him, and that leaves us with Zeo Ranger 5 Red. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the actual painting tech in this particular video. We've done basically the same painting tech on the 4 other Zeo Rangers. And that actually leads me to something I do want to talk about a little bit, which is my appreciation for all of you for following through on what has effectively been the same video for the last several in a row, and what I want to change going forward. I think in the future, when I do Ranger teams, I may do 1 video for the whole team, or 2 videos, one with kind of the main tech for the details, and one for all of the individual colors, showing how we got to those points. Because doing 5 videos on one team, 6 if you add in Gold Ranger, who will be coming, it gets a little repetitive, gets a little tedious, and I kind of want to break that up. I wasn't entirely knowing what I was doing with the videos, where I wanted to go with the channel. I've got some new ideas, I've got some new invigoration, I've got some new styles I want to try, and I think it's going to be better for everybody involved. So just kind of a side note about the painting, you'll notice that the primer did not completely cover Zeo Ranger 5 Red, much like it didn't do for Zeo Ranger 4. We are not actually worried about that, because our Khorne Red here is going to cover over completely. Just little speckles like that are not a big deal when you're not doing competition painting. I'm not worried about it. So about Zeo Ranger 5 Red, I really was not looking forward to getting to this video, because by far, and most people absolutely refuse to believe this, Tommy is 100% my least favorite Ranger of all time. Between a combination of, I was I think 7 when the show first came out, and that made Jason the Red Ranger. He was my absolute favorite at the time. And then this green guy shows up, and he's kind of a showboat compared to the rest of the team. He fights alone. He's got this special shield. He's got his own special dragon sword. It seemed like he was just trying to usurp the position of my favorite Ranger at the time. Now that I'm an adult, that prejudice kind of still follows through with me. But I've been watching the show with my son, who's really getting into Power Rangers, and watching through the show with my son not only is hilarious because it's just really bad, but it's also at the same time kind of a really good exercise in how you can put together a show with a shoestring budget and still somehow make it extremely popular. But watching the show again, I see that all my dislikes of Tommy as a kid were 100% confirmed. You watch through Mighty Morphin and season 1 and early 2, and this guy he's a loner. He's not a team player in a show that's supposed to be all about teamwork. He gets these White Ranger powers, and this is not entirely the fault of the actor. Some of this is working with the footage, but you get into the White Ranger era, and it's a lot of, oh guys, I'm the White Ranger. Let me go fight the monster. You guys fight putties. And again, I know that's because the footage wasn't available, because the White Ranger costume actually came from a completely different series as the Mighty Morphin. But that kind of sticks with you and says, hey, this guy's supposed to be the leader, and he's more concerned about what he can get done than what the team is going to get done. And then you dump into the Zeo Ranger season, and he's not even present for a lot of the early season. There's actually very little Tommy focus, and again, this may not be entirely the actor part, as may be the filming schedule for the Turbo movie. But there's a good chunk when Jason resurfaces that you barely see Tommy at all, and there's a good chunk in the early episodes where you barely see much of Tommy at all. There's a great opportunity for other characters to get some development. Rocky kind of really came into his own in the Zeo season. Tanya, being this brand new Ranger, got a lot of good episodes early off where we got to learn about her. But it just made Tommy more and more distant to me. And then we get this red Battlezord that shows up, and oh yeah, of course, the showboat guy who likes to work alone gets that. And this guy just really sticks in my craw, and I've never been a big fan of Zeo Ranger 5 Red. But that's okay. As far as some other things, so we did our Khorne Red for the base. We washed it with Carroburg Crimson. The Evil Sun Scarlet is kind of our primary highlight, and this right here is one of the things that I'm not too happy with these early videos. I shot them all at about the same time, so there's not a whole lot of change I can make, but I jump right from the paint color there to what the highlight looks like, and you can kind of see what the purpose of the highlight is. You hit the higher areas, you leave the darkest colors in the recesses, so it creates a lot of definition. But now that I've got several videos created that do that, I'm really unhappy with that style. I feel like it's not doing justice to anybody who's actually trying to see what it is we're doing. So I think in the future I'm going to try to stop doing those jump cuts. I'm only going to use cuts to kind of put in transitions between dry time. So you'll actually see me doing the highlights, kind of where I'm targeting, why I'm targeting, and we'll only make the jumps to say, okay, I need this color to dry before I can really take the next step on this miniature. Kind of another thing you may notice that changed partway through the series is the wash on the gold, and you'll see that pop up in a little bit. But this is another thing I didn't like. I tried to save a little time by doing a 3-color transition with the Leadbelcher, the Mephiston red, and the Fang. And I've actually talked to somebody about how that actually is a little confusing on what I'm doing with those colors. The Leadbelcher is doing the Zeo Power Pod sword, and it's doing the handle of the Zeo laser pistol, whereas the Mephiston red is doing the casing. You can't see that really great in the video, and the Fang is just doing the tip of the pod sword. So here's the change I made off Zeo Ranger 2. Yellow, back in pink and yellow, we did Agrex Earthshade as our wash. We switched to Nuln oil partway through, and I don't think I made a big enough deal about that. The Agrex is a lot more brown. Brown does add a lot of richness to gold, but so I did a couple of the Rangers. I decided I wasn't looking for richness, I was looking for darkness. And I'm not sure what's going on with the camera here. It seems to have a focusing problem in this bit, and I apologize for that too. So this video is kind of a testament to everything I don't like. It's a testament to some of my decision making with the camera work. The extreme zoom in I do, I'm not a huge fan of, but in these early videos, I didn't really have a good camera mount to use, and I was doing this all off my phone. I wasn't a huge fan of that. We're dealing with Zeo Ranger 5 Red, who I've already made clear I'm not a big fan of him. So we've got a lot of things to improve on. Again, I want to thank everybody who's been involved so far. As of the time I'm uploading this, there are a whole 26 viewers on the channel. I know that's not a lot for almost any channel out there, but it's actually kind of a big deal that I just on a whim I made these videos that really are kind of terrible, and I know I can do better. And there are still 26 people who said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to this. I also have a troll who seems to have just like put a single dislike on every video, which is kind of funny. You always knew those going to pop up at some point. And, didn't really expect one with only 26 subscribers and 7 videos after this is uploaded. But if you're watching this in the day of release, it would be Labor Day 2020. So hopefully you have the day off from work today if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., I'm sure you have a Labor Day equivalent possibly down the road. But it's always good to have a holiday. A nice 3-day weekend, even during this pandemic, is a good thing to have. But as you can see, we're kind of getting to the end of the Zeo Ranger 5 here. All the same techniques we've used before. The colored base, the working from the big areas to the small areas, to the suit, to kind of that armored trim, to the white, to the black is our very last one. And we come out with our final product here. Looks pretty striking except for the star on his face, but Zeo Ranger 5 Red has always looked ridiculous with a star on his face, and there's nothing you can do about that. One thing you might want to note is the soles on his shoes are black. That is intentional. If you look at artwork of the show, they do wear black soles on the Zeo shoes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Click like and subscribe. We're going to have better videos coming forward, including tactical videos, so not just painting all the time. Really appreciate you watching for Tony Entertainment, and we will see you on our next Morphin Monday.